I got the Yukon with the 5.3 liter. I smell a lot of things leaking. It has no power steering, but I smell coolant too. So we're gonna have to look for that space too. Yes, you are on my head because my GoPro stand still has not came in, but it doesn't matter. Here we go. Let's tackle this job. Right there's the power steering. There's the pulley, the pump. It's all one giant assembly. We're gonna get this pulley off and put it onto the new pump. Oh, replace a lot of these lines. That is bone dry. Okay. I heard it squeaking and squealing too, so there's probably a lot of other things wrong with this too. So we're gonna go ahead and get the belt off, which is right underneath here. It's a 15 millimeter. And we'll just hook that and just get that belt off. Just want up and out of the way. Yep, there's that. Next, we're gonna get that negative battery terminal taken off. 10 millimeter. Oh, it's on there. Nope, it's not coming off. It's not my favorite thing to do, but I gotta kill the power to that thing over there. All right, these bolts should be a 15. Let's see if that's, yep. Okay, I'm gonna get a big breaker bar. Let's get this one started. Bigger the breaker bar, obviously, easier it is to do this. Knock that loose. Right here, one right there. There's this one, and they said there's one underneath, but you can't see it, neither can I. Look at that thing just wibble wobble. That's not good. Oh, I think I found it all the way down here. Okay, yep, that one's all the way down there. All right, so I'll zip these out and fast forward and get back with it. Oh, there we go. I'm not seeing any way but to take off this alternator. Okay, so I don't damage anything. It's a 10 millimeter, by the way. Let's put that back on here. Pull this off to the side. I don't know if it's just stuck on something or I'm just trying to see back behind there. A lot of rusted and crusty lines. Alright, so something I didn't realize I wasn't filming, but right here is a 15 millimeter nut that's got to come off, and that'll actually relieve the bottom part of this. And once I get this stupid wiring harness unhooked, you're gonna have to save this for the next one. Now it's free, sort of. Now we gotta do this horrible thing of getting off these lines, which is not gonna be fun. Yours might not be completely empty, so you don't have to worry about it. This one is completely empty, so I'm just gonna disconnect this return line, and the high pressure line's down there. So I'll bring it up more, maybe. There we go. There we go, better. Oh wow, that's so bad. It's so crusty. I'm not so worried about destroying this line because we're going to be replacing all of them. But we do gotta, oh, there we go, get the corrosion off of it. And this next one I'm just gonna have to get a nut for, or a wrench for. All right, so it says 16. We'll see. This is probably gonna be extremely horrible to get off. Wait, no way. Oh, no way. That'll never happen again in a million years. Look at that, and it's not spinning this too. Although, there's so much rust that the 16 is barely fitting on there. That is pretty cool, folks. Pretty cool. Wow, that's amazing. I don't get that lucky. Okay, here it is. All right, so let's get it separated. All right, so this one's pretty rusty, crusty, so I got it really hot. You want to thread this one through, get these things ready, which 2 different sizes. You want to want to put the smaller one. It goes around, there's a ledge right here. So you'll set this on here like that. And then you'll have that where it all locks in. And then there's another ring, which is right here, that you'll slide over. Okay. Okay. There we go. Now essentially, you're gonna wanna hold this nut still while you crank this, which again, this is gonna be, it'd be a lot easier if, like, if I had a, I guess I could. I'm gonna test that theory. So what I'm gonna do is, I wish I didn't have something as powerful, but let's see, I need a 1/2 inch to a 3/8. This gun might be a little too powerful for what I need. Okay. But here goes nothing. So instead of using a breaker bar, I'm just gonna try to, like I said, it's 21 with a 30. I want to make sure it's nice and even, which it is. Got it. Finally. It took a while. Oh boy, that is tore up. Look at that. Loose pulley. I'll get that out of here in a second, but so yeah, so essentially it's hot. It's extremely hot. I cooked it for like 5 straight minutes. I used quite a bit of propane, but yeah, like I said, I got it extremely hot. I think I could save it, because like I said, we just got to get rid of this, and these are just 3 15mm bolts that once you get rid of the pulley, you could take off these and take it off. So unfortunately we couldn't get to it because this thing was in the way. So let's get the new one. Okay, got the new pump, got the old bolts. We're just going to line it up. There we go. My hands are a little greasy, so, or oily, I should say. There's 2. These are 15mm, by the way. All right, now that's done. Time to get the, so I think we can get the pulley back on. Yeah, like I said, other than just being smoking hot, I don't see anything really wrong with it. Get it cleaned up. All right, since I stripped out my Amazon one, I do not recommend buying that one. So I'm gonna start using this. I actually rented this one, but I also ordered the same one, but it's the OEM tools. Make really good stuff. So essentially what you're gonna do is, this comes so you're gonna take this mounting bolt, which looks like this, and then screw it into the pulley itself, and we're gonna drive this down. So here we go. All right, so it's a 17mm nut at the base. We're just gonna hold this still. that off. There we have it. It's nice and smooth now. Awesome. All right, we take the 2 bracket off the 2 15mm bolts. Now we're just going to transfer these on to the new. There, so, you know, 2 18mm, you think that wouldn't have saved them a lot of money, but whatever. Now the bracket was like this. We're gonna put the bracket back like that. We're gonna take our 2 15mm nuts, put that back on. Man, they're so freaking rusted. Alright, so I installed the brand new oil cooler. Really simple process, just a ton of 10mm bolts to fill up that entire tray, which I have a YouTube short coming in that with that. It's a stupid process to get all this, but anyways, to get to this, brand new, got the new lines coming back. I was going to replace all these lines, but the 8mm bolt that holds it onto the gear is completely turning into dust every time I crank it, so it's going to have to be I'm gonna need a bolt extractor, and I can't have it for a couple days. So I'm gonna install everything and, you know, cross my fingers and hope they can at least drive it until then, because I shouldn't have to take this back off again. Yeah, we will figure out. And even if I do, it's really not that bad of a process. It's really quick. So got the new pulley. Set this down in here. And get those rusted hoses reattached. And we'll get the, you got 4 really long bolts that hold this on, and you'll have 2 left over. Just the 2 is for the alternator. So we'll get these 4 15mm tightened down. And then you're gonna come down here and hook this hose back up to the oil cooler, which is right there. Then put your 10mm bolt back and your little wire connector, and you can put in the 15mm bolts to hold on the alternator. Now, if it's as tight fit as this one, just put a block of wood on here and just hammer it down. Do not hit directly onto this. So everything's done now. We'll just put this plastic cover back and start putting the belt back on. Now, if you're just changing the pump, you know, yours shouldn't be too terrible. This one was completely empty. The whole system's empty, so I jacked up the front end, which you should do anyways, and fill it up as high as you can with power steering fluid, and then cycle it back and forth, and you'll see the air bubbles coming out. 2 people, that really helps having. So like I said, that's really the last thing I have to do is just bleed the air out and see if I have any leaks anywhere, and same with you. But this one is going to take a while because there is nothing in the system. And if you hear a loud squealing and screeching, and that's normal, don't be scared. That's just the pump pumping it through with no fluid in there. So once the air comes out, the fluid will be done. So that's where I'm going to end this video, because it's going to get really loud in here.